What a good start to the day. It's Porter for Pico 8. Welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. We're already here, we're on the title screen everyone. What a nice title screen. Really cute introduction to the game. This is Porter, by the way, and it's by the developer called Blue Mix Games. You can follow him over on Twitter, go and check him out. You can follow him over on Itch as well. Go and check him out over there as well. So, this is Porter. It's a very nice, very polished Pico 8 platformer. A Pico 8 puzzle platformer, which is why I wanted to show you it, because everyone likes a good platformer, don't they? So, we're on the title screen here. You know how much I love good title screen. I really like that animation at the start that introduces the game and the character. Very stylish. We can practice on this level, or we can just get into it. Before we get into it, I'm just going to pause the game because we've got a few options on here which you may not be aware of if you've just played the game through casually. We have got show timer and show deaths. You can put these on if you are a masochist and you just like enjoying your own suffering. I'm going to turn them off because I'd rather not know how badly I'm doing. Your other option here is to wipe the save. This game has a save feature so that if and as you play through the game, if you close the game and come back to it, you'll start on the level that you left off on. Oops, I think I may have reset it there by accident. I do get to enjoy the title screen again though. Oh, it's very nice this. Little sound effects, nice touches there. So yeah. The music that you can hear is a nice, gentle, relaxing loop that plays throughout the game. Just the one loop. And yeah, as you can see, this is a teleportation-based puzzle platformer. Puzzle platformers, are they the best kind of platformer? I don't know, but they're still pretty good, aren't they? Notice how when you teleport, there are some rather nice little particle effects. Yes, besides title screens, I also like particle effects. Look at when you jump as well. Little puffs of dust, of smoke. Nice. Right, anyway, we have to get through the levels. We have to collect the, I think these are meant to be coins, maybe? You get to the end of the level, that's what you have to do. If you teleport into a wall like I just did, it's game over, man. Game over. You have to go back to the beginning. There is, as you can see, an instant respawn, so failure is pretty consequence-free in this game. Don't worry, you can die as many times as you like. Of course, the game will record how many times you've died. I've done 6 so far because I was just showing you how to die. Because, I don't know, do you need telling that? I don't know. Anyway, this level nicely introduces the spikes. If you're not familiar with spikes in platformer games, well, have you ever played a platformer game? Yes, this game has a very nice learning curve. It teaches you things in the game in a nice, gentle way as you go through the first few levels. I haven't counted how many levels there are, but looking at how the game is set out, I would guess that there are maybe 24 levels. I think that's the number of full screens you get on Pico 8, maybe. There are a lot of levels, don't worry. So each level, as you can see, introduces a new mechanic. Now, this level is very interesting. I wonder if I have the option to redo this level again, because the kind of intended way to do this level is to teleport over here, fall down, and then teleport back to the bottom room before you hit the spikes. But you may also think, I wonder if you can go that way as well. Well, you can. Several of the levels have shortcuts. This is the only one I've found so far, and it's probably the easiest one to find. So there you go. I've just given you a little hint there. A spoiler, if you will. Get over yourselves, come on, it's fine. Right, anyway, I'm going to try out doing this shortcut because I've done it once and it worked. There we go, it worked again. Good. So, each level, like I say, introduces some new mechanics. Over here, we have the colour changing blocks. In fact, they were introduced a couple levels before, weren't they? Anyway, these colour changing blocks. The bright coloured ones rather, are solid. We can stand on them. We cannot teleport into them. The dark coloured ones, we can. At first, it took me a while to kind of get my eye into which blocks you can and can't stand on. The purple ones in particular, Is that really far enough in the background for it to be clear? I don't know. You get used to it after a while, but at first it was a little bit confusing. That minor criticism there. Anyway, oh dear, I should have jumped. You've got to look at where your little blue dot is, because that shows you where you're going to teleport. And as you can see, sometimes you need to jump. It's a platformer after all. This level, we start to see more complicated, more puzzly kind of level layouts. On this one, we have to execute a pretty quick double teleport there before making a more sedate climb upwards, as you can see. Am I spoiling this game by playing through it? I don't know, maybe. I'm going to try and play through as much of it as I can because I want to show you this really cool game. You can go and check out this game, by the way, over on itch at bluemixgames.itch.io/porter. Go and follow Blue over on Twitter as well. I'm sure we're going to see some more Pico goodness from him very soon. Oh, this level. You can kind of... Most of the levels aren't too complicated. You can kind of see what you need to do. It's just a case of actually executing it, which is easier said than done, often. These early levels are fairly straightforward. They do get more trickier later on, believe me. Overall, I don't think the difficulty is too mad. I do get a little bit worried when I see kind of platformers like this because it's very easy to make extremely difficult platformers, and I have very little interest in playing those kinds of games. I want to get through the game, I want to chill out, I want to relax. I don't want to be punished relentlessly. Anyway, on this level we have got a little clock. Now at first, I thought this clock was a kind of countdown, like you had to do the level as quickly as possible. You don't. It's just showing you that there's a timer controlling those colour changing blocks. So this needs a little bit of coordination. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can do it without being silent. This is where my multitasking skills are put to the test because I have to talk about what I'm doing, do it at the same time, and not hopelessly embarrass myself. Fortunately, that one went okay. Oh yes, you're going to see lots of these colour changing blocks before the end of the game. Don't worry. I tell you what, that level's a lot easier the second time round. Oh, we've got a new mechanic that's been introduced. We have got the falling blocks. We can jump on these, and they protect us from spikes. How nice. Let's see. We can get some pretty complicated puzzle mechanics using these falling blocks. Can I remember how to do this? I think I can. That's it. Don't overthink it. Also, don't get squashed by the rock. I'm sure that's possible. Maybe. The nice thing is, of course, if you do screw up a level like that, there's a very quick reset to everything. So, you know, you don't need to worry too much about dying, as I said earlier. Have I screwed this up? Well, I did screw it up then. I think I need to set that block off again, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Aha, we have another new mechanic to be introduced to us. You see how the game builds up? Good level design there. I've also just noticed as well, or rather I want to point out, I did notice this earlier on. Look at the nice little particle effects in the background there. It's like snow or something. Very nice. Anyway, on this level we have a key. Once we get the key, those green blocks at the bottom, those will disappear or go dark green, and we can advance. Let's try and do that. Oh, the teleportation obviously is instant. The falling is quite quick, and there's no cooldown, or there's very short cooldown on the teleportation. So you can definitely execute these levels exceptionally quickly if you're rather talented. As I said earlier, the fastest time anyone's posted on itch so far is, let me just check, I think it was 1 minute 38. Yeah, 1 minute 38 after a couple of hours. I could probably spend a couple of hours on here and then probably just spend a couple of hours on here and not improve. Nice little demonstration here of the key. Also, we've got these rather threatening looking spinning circular saw spike contraptions We don't want to touch them if we have the choice, which we do. You see how the levels are getting more complicated now. There's only one extra platforming element to be introduced so far, I think. So things are going to start getting more complicated, is what I'm saying. The harder levels further in will take you a few more attempts. As I said, most of the time it's fairly clear what you need to do. It's just executing it, which is the tricky bit. I'm benefiting a lot here from having played this through already. Oh, this one needs a bit of timing. Can I remember how to do this? I think we need to jump. Well, I know we need to jump on that boulder on the red block at the bottom before it disappears. So if we just try and get there as fast as possible, like that, and then die. Brilliant. Anyway, that was going okay. Oh, we need to be a bit faster. Like so. Nice. Oh, there's 2 more things to be introduced. We've got these little, I think they're meant to be feathers. I think they're feathers. You'll see why they're feathers in a moment. They float upward thusly, letting us gain higher altitudes. So yeah, further into the game, we get more timing-based levels, and we get more kind of, what's the word? Kind of like one-way levels where you can't kind of reattempt them without dying. Nice. That was that felt lucky. It's good to be good. It's better to be lucky. Oh no. No. You see, I'm not doing this in the same way I did earlier on. I'm forgetting how to play the game. Ah! You see, we need to be quite quick. I think that's kind of it. There we go. I'm sure there's a faster way of doing that. That feels like a slow level. Oh, what do I have to do here? So we get the green key. Those will float up, and then we'll need to get to the right, to the top, won't we? I'm sure that'll be straightforward. When you're floating on those feathers, you kind of bob around, which is quite tricky. The game, I keep saying that there's no more elements of the platforming to be introduced, but there are. These brown blocks, they look a little bit like cookies. These collapse when we stand on them. Fortunately, as you can see, if you just land on them quickly, they don't just. It's not like a one-touch thing. You can kind of revisit them if you were mad, which no. Ah! It's a good game, this. It's a really good game. I haven't spent enough time talking about what makes this game really good. The level design is brilliant. The levels are so much fun. It's really well organised as well. There's a nice difficulty curve. There are levels you get stuck on, but they are much further into the game. And the level that I got stuck on the most was also the last level. So that gives you a... I'm not sure what that little ticking noise is. Maybe that means I've spent too much time on the level. I don't know. Yeah, the level I got stuck on the most was the last level, so that feels like pretty decent level design to me. The sound effects, very minimal but very fun. I've already talked about the particle effects at length. The graphics, we've got kind of low colour, very simplistic graphics. Kind of resembles, it's kind of like the, what do you call this aesthetic? Kind of like Black Babbit Is You, isn't it? That sort of look. Anyway, it's very nice. Oh, this is a tricky level. There was a quicker way to do this, I think. What if I can just skip out the this little... Yeah, we can. There we go. Just found another shortcut. Nice. That's a lot easier than doing it the kind of... I would say the intended way, because I'm pretty sure Blue knows about these shortcuts, but the kind of the obvious way, I should say. This level, I don't believe there are any shortcuts for. There probably is. I don't know. I'm not really that bothered. Let's see if I can do it in... No, I can't do it in 1. Can I do it in 2? Maybe. I had a really hard time of this on the first go-round. I'm not entirely sure why. Something about that lower platform I was getting stuck on. Seems to have sorted itself out. Nice level. Here we go. I think this is the last... I keep saying this. I think this is the last thing that gets introduced to us. We've got these this orange area. You can't teleport when you're in here. You can teleport into these areas, but you can't teleport out of them. So I'm glad that this effect isn't used too much, because without your teleport power, it does kind of just become a very basic, simple platformer. So I'm glad that these sections aren't used too much, or rather that they're used sparingly, because it's a game where you can teleport. I want to teleport. I don't want to die like that. Let's try that again. I'm not entirely sure what I was trying to do there. Maybe if I jump up. No. How did I do this level? I need to jump off that brown platform before it collapses. Like that. That's good. There we go. That's how you do it. Oh, this is a tricky level. You see, the exit's right there, but we can't teleport to it because we're in this orange thing. So we have to negotiate some timed blocks like this. This first, I think this is the level that I got stuck on the most. This may be the last level, actually. Let's see. The tricky part is this last area here, because as you can see, we've got 2 red blocks to negotiate and only a brown platform to help us. Now, I believe I've got a method for doing this. This took me a while to figure out, by the way. So let's see if I can do it again. I need to teleport onto this first red block, then jump onto the brown one, hop there for a bit, and wait for the red one to come back. So if I teleport, just as it's about to disappear, that means I don't have to hang around on the brown block for too much time. Let's see if I can do it. Nice. That took many more attempts the first time round. And here we are. We're at the end. You can press X to clock in. Let's do that. Let's see how many seconds I took. What a good start to the day. What a good end to the video. There you go, 15 minutes 28. I'm getting slower, everyone. But I died less, so that's probably good. I'm going to blame that slowness on me telling you what's going on in the game. So there you go, that's my excuse. I'm sure there's a low percentage run of this where you only teleport 3 times and still manage to complete it in 30 seconds. I guess we'll see what the speedrunners can do with this game. Anyway, if you would like to play this game, as I said earlier, check out the link over on itch. Go and follow Blue over on Twitter and encourage him to make more brilliant Pico 8 games like this one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.